I started just to cry out to God, said, God, please let him breathe.
Well, it was a buildup of a couple of days where I can't read the mail.
She had woke up that morning and noticed that her face was drooping, and she had lost the ability at that point to speak. Most of the time I was up in the stands taping. She would get her helmet on. She had the fire suit on and the helmet. It was just a sense of pride. It didn't matter if she was a woman or not. People said she couldn't do things, and she liked to prove them wrong. With any time you're diagnosed with cancer, she was scared, and rightfully so.
She didn't look at it as a sickness. You know, she looked at it as a way of, I guess, God testing her.
She fought through things, and she was one of the strongest people that I knew.
I had asked her to marry me, and we did get married when she was 16 and I was 19. And I'll give Pam the credit for the 38 years of the wonderful marriage. She went to school and become an EMT. When she went to work for the ambulance service, you know, people, looking at a 4'11" woman, she was standing toe-to-toe with any man that was out there. She didn't know the word, I can't. You know, she was just one of those that, I can do it, just give me the opportunity.
We had went to a mud race one time, and my mom's like, you know, I think I can compete against those men. There was no women mud racing at the time. It was in Coweta County. We would go out there on Saturday nights to the races, and then Sunday we would be at church. And there were several times that she would be racing against the guys.
The guy at the track when she was racing, and he had told her before she started racing that if she ever beat him, that he would sell everything he's got. And then she got in her truck and she said, I got this one. She won that night.
And it was so funny because we were out in the parking lot.
And he said, it's not going to be that a woman will ever beat me in anything, so I'll never be back.
And he just went out of there because he couldn't stand the fact that my mom had beat him that night.
As far as we know, he never raced again.
She was a thrill seeker. Get her on the roller coasters, hands up. You know, she had a good time. She lived.
Manuel was sleeping on the side of the bed.
I jumped backwards and I fell on the bed.
His head hit mine, and I was sleepy, and I got up and said, why are you hitting me?
She's like, why are you hitting me?
And I looked at him, and he was unresponsive, and he wasn't breathing at all. He's just laying there, and he kept turning more blue. I started performing CPR on him. When I was on the phone with the dispatcher, I kept telling her, my husband's dying, my husband's dying.
Before we came to the United States, in Ukraine, it was very tough because the country split from Russia, so it became a Ukraine, and at the end, there was no food in the stores. Coming to the United States, that's completely like a different world. It was, we never even saw it on TV. We never thought that, you know, all of this, you know, big highways and lots of food everywhere. I turned 23, you know, I was looking to get married, and I met my wife at church. We have 3 beautiful children. Went to school, I qualified to be a repairman to appliance, and my English improved a little bit. And we started working, doing appliance repair. If I come to basically saying a sick washing machine, I know how to fix it. And if I don't have the part, I order one and I still fix it. I'm a doctor, Dr. Emmanuel. And when I got into the hospital, and when they saw the tumor, and they said it's too deep in your brain and it's stage 3 and we cannot operate. In a way, I was thinking, you know, that's it, you know, they cannot cut it, they cannot fix it, there's no parts for it. But on the other hand, you know, I was feeling peaceful for some reason, because before this, I was diagnosed, I was healthy. I have no symptoms, no problems. And when I just fell down, it felt like God just turned off the light. And when I woke up, it was a different life completely.
That's the Kennedy Space Center. The 13.1 Disney, Iron Girl, the Authentic Atlanta Half Marathon. This is one of my favorite. This is the Soldiers Half Marathon, which I'm hoping to run again one day.
You were in the military for over a decade, right?
Yes, 11 years, 2 months, and 22 days. It's on my 214.
The tumor hasn't taken that out of you. Some things you never forget.
I very often ask people, you'll hear me say, was I there? Because I honestly don't remember. I do remember the doctor telling me that you have a brain tumor, and I don't think I heard anything else after the word tumor.
It was like you couldn't even catch up to what he was saying before she was in surgery, and I was sneaking her in an Arby's beef and cheddar because she couldn't have one. And she was hungry.
Cancer has changed my life in many ways.
She was a runner, and now the running caused pain for her.
I just like to do. I like to do.
Everybody was telling me, you gotta tell her she can't run no more. You gotta tell her she can't do this.
I don't give up. I don't quit.
She's not gonna let a tumor stop her. She's not gonna let her neck surgery stop her. She doesn't let anything stop her.
I have been through a lot, and I got through a lot, and I'm still here.
Can't, never could with them helping me out was my house payment at the time. It gave me the opportunity to be home with Pam and to spend that time that I wouldn't have had with her for the last couple of 3 weeks.
The grant that I got from Can't Never Could assisted me in getting my glasses and gave me my sight. And it allows me to drive. It allows me to see. It allows me to live my life with a better quality of living.
I think it was a month or two in or more in treatments. It happened another seizure. I hit the door with my front teeth, and I busted my 2 front teeth completely sideways, like it cracked completely. At that time, we had no money at all for anything. Already with cancer and all of that, and if I show my teeth, they will scare people away. So because of Can't Never Could, I can have my smile back.
Can't's not really in my vocabulary.
Can't Never Could meant that we had the love of an organization that stood for helping people and families.
Can't Never Could, it means a blessing for somebody. It means, love. Our life is, you go to bed and you don't know if you wake up tomorrow. God just told me in my spirit, He said, you're gonna live. If I wanted to take you, I would just have you fall forward or fall to the side or fall on the bed and not touch your wife, and you'll be gone. But I left you for a purpose. In a moment, in a second, life changes and you're out of work, or the jobs could change, or health could affect. So in our case, it was the health, and I'm just very happy that you'll be able to just pick it up and carry it.
I'm very happy, even for today. It's a gift for our family, for our kids, to have you, and that's why it's called the present. It's today. It's a gift. It's a present that we don't even deserve, but graciously accept.
I do plan on trying to run one half marathon next year in November. That's a goal. We'll see if I get there.